Everyone, welcome to the channel. Ever wondered why your tootsies smell the way they do? Tootsies, who even calls them that? But yeah, your feet. And it disturbs everyone in your environment. It disturbs your family, your friends, like whoever you're around, right? So why does that happen? And let me show you why. I'll discuss the science behind it. All right, let's get into it. So it all starts with bacteria that live on our feet. They especially like warmth and moist environments because that's the perfect breeding ground to get their funk on. So these bacteria actually feed on the sweat on our skin. So it's not the sweat itself that releases that volatile smell, rather it's the bacteria breaking down the sweat and releasing sulfur-containing byproducts. The same sort of sulfur-containing byproducts as you would get from rotten eggs, but rather just in a different form that has this foot smell. In addition to these sulfur compounds, these bacteria also produce this chemical called isovaleric acid, which gives that distinctive cheesy smell to feet. There's also this other compound which is quite common called propionic acid, which gives a sour smell. Now there's a few things that actually intensify the foot odor smell, and one example is puberty. Because during puberty we have lots of hormonal changes going on, which increases sweat production in areas like our feet. And more sweat means more bacteria digest the sweat, which means more compounds released into the air. Another example is the menstrual cycle for similar reasons. But fear not, there are a few ways you can actually reduce the smell of foot odor. One way is through Epsom salts. Soaking your feet in water filled with Epsom salt for about 20 minutes every week will actually reduce the moisture on your feet long term. And again, less moisture means less bacteria hang out and reproduce. Another way you can reduce the amount of smell from your feet is by rotating your shoes. So when you go out one day, you use one pair of shoes, the next day you use a different pair of shoes. And this allows the shoes to air out and reduce moisture in the shoe. You also want to make sure you're cleaning your socks, such that every day you're actually wearing a new pair of socks, because that can trap moisture and bacteria in the sock, and that can fester and create a breeding environment like we talked about earlier. You can also give your shoes a rinse every once in a while if it's actually getting really bad. If you found this video to be useful or you learned something from it, drop a comment down below or use your foot to smash that like button. No, I'm kidding, just use your finger. Until next time, this has been Side Squatch.